Funimation. What did you do to piss off the anime community this time? So some of you might have seen this news talked about last week. We got an article here from Bounding Into Comics. The Council of Anime has invited Funimation to join. To clarify, Funimation is going to be part of a production committee for some anime companies in Japan. Now, what this basically means is there's an exchange going on. Funimation is going to get a say in what anime is made. They get a say in what's allowed and what's not. They are directly putting their input into anime and gaining partial ownership of that anime. In exchange, they are giving these companies their donation on the committee. So we have quoted here a blog post explaining this. Due to the work they've done and the strong relationships the company has built with Japanese partners in licensing shows from them, they were invited to participate on these committees to help fund these productions directly. Instead of simply licensing the rights to a finished show, as companies usually do, Funimation is now able to take part ownerships in some titles directly when bringing them over to the rest of the world. There's no fear about losing the rights to these shows either. They are here to stay in the Funimation library in perpetuity. Conversely, Funimation is trusted by the rest of the committee to use their international expertise to better market the show to foreign viewers and provide more detailed input to other Japanese companies regarding what fans abroad would like to see. Now, in theory, maybe this is a good idea. Maybe it's a good idea for anime companies in Japan who want to get more of that American money. Maybe they allow a dubbing company to have some input and give them some advice what people around the world want to see. And maybe that company donates some money over to them. That all sounds good in theory, but the fact that it's Funimation is a red flag, because Funimation does not accurately represent the anime community. They have pissed off the anime community around the world multiple times. And I'm not even talking about the Vic Mignogna lawsuit. It's all about the changes that they've made to anime. Some of these changes are like politically correct changes, and some of them are just bad translations or inserted jokes because they think they're funny. You're not. What the anime community really wants is accurate translations. And, obviously good voice acting. But that's it. We want to better understand the shows that we're watching and better understand Japanese culture. Funimation isn't really that interested in pleasing the already established anime community. Rather, instead, they want to broaden their audience to a more casual viewership. They want more fans like My Hero Academia fans or One Punch Man fans. They want shows that hit everyone and not just the anime community. So they try to make shows funnier, less Japanese, seem more American. They want shows to seem more like Adult Swim shows rather than more like anime. And that does create a lot of controversy within the anime community who just want an accurate translation. They just want it as is. So because Funimation is so out of touch with what the established audience wants, it is kind of scary to think that they're gonna be having this input into what anime is actually being made, what's gonna be censored, what kind of jokes are okay by Funimation, but even more so, political correctness. A lot of people are turning to anime to escape political correctness here in the United States, and if Funimation's input is to put more politically correct anime, then people aren't gonna have that escape anymore. Funimation could, in fact, ruin anime. But what's even worse, this video I made will be obsolete. Now, like most companies who attempt to hit a wider audience by inserting the same types of stuff, like extra jokes, more topical topics, more politically correct things into their media, it usually does not succeed in hitting that audience. It usually fails. So obviously, I think it would be a very bad idea for Funimation to try to convert anime that way. But if there is going to be a conversion, it's gonna happen gradually, or at least I would hope that it would happen gradually. I don't think that Japan will just bend the knee that easily. They'll probably have some pullback if Funimation tries to change too many things. Anime is no longer focused solely on the Japanese market. Japanese companies are looking for foreign fans' interest in titles more than ever before to increase the financial return on their investment, as well as allow them to invest that money into new productions of even higher animation quality. This means that subscriptions to Funimation and purchases of home video releases, digital downloads, and merchandise supervised by Funimation will help creators in Japan more directly than having a finished title license as is would. And while it's only been a handful of titles in the past, there's a future where Funimation and companies like it are on the production committee for more and more shows. See, I noticed that they're using a Fruits Basket picture at the top of this article. Fruits Basket was part of a production committee. And I did mention in one video that there were changes made to Fruits Basket that were kind of bizarre, and I theorized that maybe some of those changes might have been made for the Western politically correct audience, which is a shame, because you shouldn't have to do that. You should just translate it accurately. And it's nothing super jarring that you would notice right away. It's something that progresses slowly and slowly, trying to dispel misconceptions. What they said was, one misconception some have with anime is that the animation studio is responsible for producing everything related to an anime production, including home video releases and merchandise. For the vast majority, that's not true at all. Almost all anime productions today are financed by something called a production committee. A production committee is a company specifically created to be a joint venture between a group of companies with the dual goals of producing something entertaining that will also recoup its costs and eventually lead to profit. In the past, a lot of television anime were funded primarily by the TV station and the lead animation studio. As anime gradually shifted away from airing during primetime viewing hours in Japan to the late night blocks for most titles, the production committee method became a common way to finance the creation of the show. All that being said, I don't think that production committees really help anime as much as it could. Funimation isn't giving their money out of the kindness of their heart to anime. They're doing it for more control of anime and more money to be made by them. They are themselves investing by giving to these committees. But the actual companies making the anime, I don't think that they're actually going to be seeing that much more profit by getting this money from Funimation, because they essentially cut their ability to make money off of merchandising and releases. Instead, that money goes to Funimation. They get all of that. It almost seems like it'd make more sense to keep your licensing rights and get loans. I'm not by any means a business person, so don't take my word for that. But definitely tell me what you think about this news down below. What do you think of Funimation hopping on board these production committees? Do you think that they're going to be an ultimate good for anime, or is it going to deteriorate anime? Is it going to restrict creativity and cause a lot of changes that the anime community does not want? Any and all comments and concerns that you have, leave them down below in the comments section where they belong. As usual, remember to like the video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Program restart.